So Nash, Savage, Thunder, this Thursday, I'm gonna give you the weather forecast. It's gonna be very stormy. The thunder clouds are gonna roll in. And my boy Lex is gonna make you hear the crackle. And DDP is gonna make you feel the bang!
Welcome everyone to the second edition of Thunder on the Superstation TBS. Whoa, it's wild in Lakeland. Another great crowd on hand for Thunder. Hello once again everyone. From the Civic Center, I'm Mike Tenay, along with Bobby the Brain Heenan and Stagger Lee Marshall. This is edition number 2 of Thunder on the Superstation TBS. And Bobby, the problems continue with the ranks of the NWO. Turmoil within the New World Order, and tonight we will see if the Macho Man Randy Savage and Kevin Nash can coexist when they face Lex Luger and Diamond Dallas Page.
Well, there's a lot for Kevin Nash to think about here. Is he going to get put in the diamond cutter? Is he going to be put in the torture rack? But I think the thing he really has to worry about is his partner, the Macho Man, maybe the most dangerous man in professional wrestling. He's going to have to watch his back.
Lee, of course, the lawyers got involved last Monday, the performance bond for Kevin Nash, because he will face the Giant at Sold Out.
Well, sadly, lawyers now exemplify big sports in the 90s, but I couldn't be more pleased that a performance bond was forced, $1.5 million. It has been posted by the NWO. Kevin Nash has no other choice. Either show up or forfeit the big dollar.
Let's take a look at the recap. This is what happened this past Monday.
WCW is requiring that Kevin Nash or the NWO post a $1.5 million performance bond for the Nash Giant match on January 24th.
I have talked to my client, Hollywood Hogan, and my newest client, Kevin Nash, and we accept, Mr. Lambros, we accept your demand. But now, like in Hollywood, there's always a catch. There's always a condition. We're going to require that the WCW and the Giant match that $1.5 million and put it up as a guarantee that from this moment forward until that pay-per-view, that the Giant not touch or come near Kevin Nash. And if he does, he forfeits the $1.5 million.
Let me ask you a question. We put up $1.5 million between now and Sold Out. I cannot touch Kevin Nash or we forfeit it. But you guarantee me he's gonna be there.
He'll be there. He'll be there.
You know what? I'm a patient man. That's fine. I accept your deal.
Who's the true Giant now? Who's the true Giant now? What do you got?
This past Monday on Nitro, the Giant was able to avoid that confrontation with Kevin Nash. Now, let's go to the ring and Tony Schiavone for an update. He's going to speak with the largest athlete in pro sports.
Thanks a lot, Mike Tenay, and I tell you, here in Lakeland, they are awaiting the arrival of the biggest man in professional wrestling. My guest at this time here on Thunder, let's welcome to Lakeland, to the world, the Giant.
Well, the Giant certainly has to be concerned about this situation, Bobby. The NWO, they're the masters of the mind games, and you know that Kevin Nash is going to do anything that he can to get in the face of the big man.
Well, there's no doubt about that. He'll get up in his face. He'll try to intimidate him. He wants the Giant to make a move on him. That's what he wants. Giant's got to be smart. He's got to be in control of his mind.
He is exactly what he said he is, Mike. He is a very patient man. Albeit a young man, he really has a lot of maturity as he walks to the ring. I think patience will be a virtue, and this is a very virtuous 7'4" man.
Well, we'll find out if the Giant can keep his cool until that big confrontation upcoming at Sold Out. That's January the 24th.
All right. That is 1 week from this Saturday, and our fans have seen it now. Kevin Nash will go in the ring against you, finally, coming up at Sold Out. There's no turning back for this guy now.
You know, Tony, it's been a while waiting for me. You know, things are supposed to happen, and sometimes they don't. That's just the way life is. But if it took a $1.5 million performance bond to get Kevin Nash to show up, whatever it takes, I just want him to be there. I got a surprise for him. It's hooked to the end of my wrist, that's hooked to my elbow, that's hooked to my arm. You know what it's called? The choke slam!
Oh, yeah. That's what it's called, but also we need to make mention of the fact that you cannot put your hands on Kevin Nash until that time.
Excuse me, Matt.
Uh-oh, Mike.
What do we have? We have Lodi from Ravens Flock at ringside.
Lodi may come up missing.
Confrontation now, and up goes Lodi.
Oh, yeah, there's not...
Oh,
down goes Lodi.
Choke
$1.5 million
slam.
bond
Here
on
comes
him.
the Flock. Sick boy in the ring, and he's down with the choke slam. We see also at ringside Saturn, and there goes Hammer down to the guardrail. Double drop kick by Kidman and Riggs.
Saturn's in the ring now. Choke
Down
slam.
goes Riggs. From
Saturn.
behind, Saturn. Sleeper hold applied.
I hope Kevin Nash is watching this. This one man here is taking the whole Flock apart.
Up goes Kidman. Giant sends him airborne right into Hammer. They crash into the front row. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes Kevin Nash. Here's the confrontation. But remember, the Giant is not allowed to touch him.
Bad breath and all.
And he gets right in his face.
Look at the Giant trying to restrain himself.
Just what we anticipated. You know he's going to try and get under the skin of the Giant.
And he's thinking Sold Out. He's thinking $1.5 million.
And look at this. The Giant is keeping his cool.
He's got to.
This is the majority we spoke. Oh!
He threw, what was that,
That looked
coffee?
like hot coffee in the
Right
face
in
of
his
the Giant.
face.
Well, he didn't touch him. That's what his excuse will be.
But
Stay
he's
cool.
seething.
Stay
He's
cool.
seething, Brain. He's as hot as that coffee, I guarantee it.
Boy, he's burning inside.
He's quaking.
He's maintaining his concentration. He's staying focused. What a way to open Thunder. You're watching it from Lakeland, Florida, live on the Superstation.
And Nash isn't going to let up.
And welcome back, everyone, to Thunder on the Superstation TBS. What a way to open the program. The confrontation between the Giant and Kevin Nash. And that's not all as far as Kevin Nash is concerned, because there's a problem within the ranks of the New World Order. We saw it this past Monday on Nitro. Yes, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall won the World Tag Team titles, but what happened? Well, there was interference from a member of the NWO in Randy Savage. This is the way Nitro began, and this is where all the controversy and turmoil began. The arrival of the New World Order, and it appears now that there are factions within the group. The different limos arriving. Dean Okerlund tried to get the word from the Macho Man Randy Savage. That almost led to a confrontation between those two. And then we heard from J.J. Dillon.
Last week I saw Macho Man Randy Savage strike Eric Bischoff. Now, Eric Bischoff, by his own admission, is not a wrestler.
No, as a matter of fact, regardless of what his situation is, he is still an executive.
That's right. He may be suspended, but he still holds the title. And so by Randy Savage striking Eric Bischoff, I have no choice but to fine Randy Savage $5,000 for striking Eric Bischoff.
Wait a minute. $5,000? You have...
This was the conclusion of Nitro. The big elbow drop off the top by Randy Savage, and he hit Rick Steiner. Savage upset. That later allowed the NWO to win the World Tag Team titles. This was after Nitro went off the air. This is the first time you've seen this exclusive footage, the slap in the face from Savage to Kevin Nash.
Well, you wonder at what point does it become an argument between brothers? Is it a familial dispute, a spat between siblings? Or has this group really started to come unglued?
Well, you saw them pull up in limos a week or so ago. Two different limos, they were all getting out of different cars. Some people were trying to talk to other people, some people were ignoring other people. They're unfolding right in front of our eyes.
And it looks like Eric Bischoff's role in this whole situation is to try and hold them together. Try and keep the NWO on the same page. Can you believe that now? Savage slapping not only Hollywood Hogan in the face, but also Kevin Nash. Looks like they're coming undone, Lee.
All right, let's make one thing very clear. The one person doing all of this is the madness. I mean, you talk about a guy that came by a nickname the righteous way. It's Randy Savage. If there really is a loose screw in the NWO, it's got to be the Macho Man. I really don't know if at this point you can judge the NWO by the actions of one guy. And if that one guy is Savage, then I really think you're looking at somebody who's just a little bit off kilter.
Well, speaking about a little bit off kilter, how about this sixth man coming to the ring?
Team Japan already in the ring, formed by the trio of Black Cat, O'Hara, and Gedo to face Team WCW. Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers, and we hate to say this, Lee, but the former World Tag Team Champions, along with Ray Traylor, managed by Ted DiBiase.
Ray Traylor has something to prove. It seems that every time he comes out there, the NWO always taking a swipe at him. Don't forget Ray Traylor, one of the founding members of the NWO. I think that everybody that's interested in the NWO should look at Ray Traylor and see what they did to him. They just tossed him out like yesterday's garbage.
Well, we're on American soil here, and it's going to be rough for this Japanese contingent.
Gentlemen, I am just getting word now that after this past Monday's Nitro, there was an attack in the parking lot. And we understand that DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, was mugged.
Mugged?
Yeah, we're not exactly sure on too many of the details, Lee, but I've just been told that DDP has a leg injury. We believe it was to the right knee. And
what?
Yeah, wait a minute. Diamond Dallas Page may not be able to wrestle tonight.
No, wait a minute. You're saying that Diamond Dallas Page got mugged after Nitro and he might not be able to. He is scheduled to team up with the Total Package Lex Luger to face Macho Man Randy Savage and Kevin Nash tonight at Thunder. He'll be here. Hey, look, Diamond Dallas Page would walk through glass to get through this.
Well, now, wait a minute. We understand that J.J. Dillon is in a heated discussion with Diamond Dallas Page backstage. Bobby, what about this situation? What about Lex Luger? Will he be able to find a tag team partner if DDP is unable to go in this main event tonight?
I don't know. I wouldn't worry about, Diamond Dallas is the kind of a guy. He's never asked for any help. He's never asked for anybody to do any of his fighting for him. I'd wait and see. Don't ever count that guy out.
Let's jump into the Wayback Machine for a second, guys. I'm thinking back to some of the tape we just saw, going back to Nitro, going back to Thunder. Obvious by their absence. I'm thinking, now correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember seeing Curt Hennig. I don't remember seeing Rick Rude. I wonder if they kind of laid in wait for Diamond Dallas Page following Nitro last Monday.
Well, don't forget Diamond Dallas Page, United States champion, won that title from Curt Hennig.
You're right. And don't forget Rick Rude's been known to break a leg or two for no apparent reason.
For fun.
That's reason enough for him.
Well, we will keep you updated on that situation. There is a conference going on in the back between J.J. Dillon and Diamond Dallas Page.
And remember this, Mike, anything can happen. We are live.
And we are live on the Superstation. TBS Thunder returns after this. Well, it has been, at least up to this point, the Steiner brothers in control of this matchup as we see Rick Steiner collect, and he nails both Gedo and O'Hara. Steiner brothers and Ray Traylor in total control of this six-man tag.
The question after last Monday Nitro, Mike and Brain, had to be whether or not the Steiner brothers were going to be demoralized. Well, they've answered that question thus far tonight on Thunder. The Steiner brothers, they've got their game faces on. One of them the dog face, I might add. However, these guys have come into Lakeland looking to make their mark again. The Steiner brothers looking just as good as ever with big Ray Traylor now the third man in the ring.
Well, they don't look like a team that don't have any gold. They look like they're still tag team champions of the world.
You bet.
They're tagging in, they're tagging out. Typical Steiner style. They're taking them down and they're picking them up. And they're knocking them down.
What a Steiner line by Scott Steiner. Just exploded out of the corner when he got the tag. And now he unloads on Black Cat and drives him face first into the top turnbuckle. And lances him with a belly to belly.
What a tremendous power move by Scott Steiner, the big Michigan Wolverine all over the Black Cat.
Seems to me like Scott Steiner's just not going to take anymore. He's going to do what he has to do in that ring.
And over goes O'Hara. Scott Steiner springs off the ropes, catches him with a big boot to the top of the head. You see that Rick Steiner reaching across from the ring apron trying to make the tag. And Scott Steiner just plants him in the corner.
I don't know if he doesn't see his brother or if he's just doing so well. I mean, thus far, Scott Steiner has had his way pretty much with this All-Japan three-man tag team.
Are you trying to say he's hogging the match?
Well, I'm trying to say that he's doing pretty well, Brain.
Whoa, whoa.
Uh-oh.
Have to be careful. Fines have been levied.
And they're quick to find you here, real quick.
Ric Flair just $5,000 on Nitro because of attacking on the referee. Now look at this. The double underhook. Scott Steiner on Gedo. Boom, out of the double underhook. And you see that Rick Steiner's calling for the tag from the ring apron.
Scott's not done yet, though. He's going to play with Gedo a little more.
No, but keep your eyes on Rick Steiner. He's going up.
Well, they're famous
This
for
is
their
a
double
patented,
team moves.
you bet. Watch this patented Steiner move.
That's the Steiner screwdriver.
He's not going anyplace.
Three, and the Steiner brothers and Ray Traylor get the win in the Thunder opener.
There's your winner, Scott Steiner.
Well, no, the team of the Steiner brothers and Ray Traylor.
Oh, he got the fall, though. He got the pin.
Did you see the look on the face of Rick Steiner, however, at the conclusion of the match, Lee?
Well, Rick, in fact, was on the top rope. We thought we were going to see that Steiner move we've seen so many times, that great brother move. Whoa, wait a minute.
Just pushed referee Mickey J.
Scott Steiner just worked for free tonight.
That'll cost him something. You can bet on that.
There have been fines levied up to $5,000 in the past for abuse of officials from J.J. Dillon and the WCW Executive Committee. Bobby,
Get a look at this. Look at the power of Scott Steiner. He can pick up 2 men in those big arms. Catches another man coming in. Power plus. Dumps him. Just a one-man wrecking crew. Scott Steiner picks up his opponent, Gedo, and the Steiner screwdriver. He's not going anyplace. Your winner, Scott Steiner, with a little help from Rick and Ray Traylor.
Well, it did kind of look like the Scott Steiner highlight reel. Yes,
well, he dominated the match, no question about that. Steiner brothers get the win, Lee. That's the bottom line. That's the important thing. And we will return. We are live on TBS. More Thunder coming up.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Need a little excitement? Step into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah!
The #1 wrestling program on the weekend. Of course, WCW Saturday Night. Join my broadcast colleague, Tony Schiavone, and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, this Saturday at 6:05 Eastern, and see the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott, in tag team competition. Plus, United States Heavyweight Champion Diamond Dallas Page, the returning Marty Jannetty, as well as the tag team of the Public Enemy. It's all this Saturday at 6:05 Eastern on the Superstation. 2 hours of exciting action on WCW Saturday Night. Well, gentlemen, we understand that there is some talk within the ranks of World Championship Wrestling of forming a martial arts division.
Wow.
However, contested under professional wrestling rules. And we understand that this is going to be sort of a test match for that purpose. We see Yuji Nagata great amateur wrestler, Greco-Roman wrestling champion, great martial arts judo background brought to the ring by Sonny Ono.
Well, his resume does read like the Long Island phone directory. He just keeps going and going and going. The only blemish, though, is this guy. What does he need Sonny Ono for?
I'll tell you exactly. Sonny Ono tonight is in the building with the manager of the rock group Kiss. The manager of the rock group has approached Sonny Ono about taking them on a tour to Japan. That shows you how important this Sonny Ono is. He's probably the biggest entrepreneur in Japan. So he has so much importance that they contact him first about going to Japan. That's how important this guy is.
Well, in other words, Sonny Ono can open doors for Yuji Nagata, and we've seen that ever since Sonny Ono joined Yuji. He's been involved in so many more high-profile matchups here within World Championship Wrestling. And the opposition in this martial arts matchup, contested under pro wrestling rules, is the three-time World Karate Champion. We know him as the Cat, Ernest Miller.
And the other thing about Sonny Ono, and I hate to validate him on this level, guys, is that he's not beneath throwing a couple of kicks himself. He's quite accomplished as a martial artist, too, so you always have to keep your eye on Sonny Ono, who once called Yuji Nagata the meanest exports from Japan since Godzilla.
Well, he's not only dangerous when it comes to negotiations, he's dangerous in that corner.
Oh, what a thrust kick
quick.
off the opening bell, and a 2 count for the Cat, Ernest Miller. Wow. Nailed him right at the opening bell. Hip toss takeover by Ernest Miller. Gentlemen, the World's Heavyweight Championship remains up in the air. Neither Sting nor Hollywood Hulk Hogan have the belt. J.J. Dillon taking away the championship from Sting, holding up the title. Controversy continues. How's J.J. going to settle this?
Well, I can think of 100 different ways he can settle it. I just don't admire the position he's in. He's got to figure it out. But you're right. Hollywood Hulk Hogan not the champion, Sting not the champion. A variable number of ideas as how to fill that title, but it is indeed vacant.
Well, he's got a big desk upstairs. I suggest he sits down a bunch of people from WCW and figure out what they're going to do about this situation. It's got to be figured out pretty soon.
And Yuji Nagata takes him over. Goes quickly for the cover, lateral press, legs hook, shoulders are down, gets a 2 count from referee Silverman.
While we were talking about the vacated heavyweight championship of the world, Sonny Ono did in fact interject himself into the match, throwing a kick into Ernest the Cat Miller's back.
And Nagata, we can see what his game plan is going to be against Ernest Miller. Set him up for that reverse standing figure 4, the Nagata lock. Right now he has a variation of that move applied, Lee.
And as you mentioned, Yuji Nagata is so skilled in so many various forms of the martial arts, and as well as catch-can wrestling and Greco-Roman wrestling. He was, after all, a representative of the Japanese Olympic team at one time, and he's got a brother that's aspiring to follow in his footsteps. This is a man that comes from a definite martial arts and wrestling family.
And you know, Ernest Miller, he's very good standing up. He's very good off that top rope. I don't know how good he's going to be if Nagata keeps him on that mat.
Nagata with the pile driver, gets the cover, gets 1, gets 2, and the kick out by the Cat.
Now, once again, we've got a wrestler questioning the cadence of a referee. You've got to know the referee's cadence before you get in the ring. Whoa!
Nice leg sweep by Ernest Miller. Takes Nagata down, and we are now just 9 days away from sold out. The Giant to face Kevin Nash. Lex Luger to meet the Macho Man Randy Savage. Larry Zbyszko against Scott Hall. And in a matchup to decide who is the best, Bret the Hitman Hart against the Nature Boy Ric Flair. That all coming from Dayton, Ohio. And it's a Saturday pay-per-view, Lee, January 24th.
Yep, it's called Sold Out, and it is sold out. The only way you can see it is to contact your cable operator. Join us on pay-per-view, Sold Out from Dayton, Ohio.
The Cat tries to follow the front kick.
Whoa.
We saw Sonny Ono cheering on Nagata from ringside. Series of chops and kicks by Miller. Fires Nagata off into the ropes. Oh! Just leveled him with that lariat clothesline.
A very concerned Sonny Ono. Nothing he could do to stop that one.
Don't waste your time with him, Mr. Miller. Do something to him. Don't let him get up to his feet by himself.
Now reversed into the corner. Nagata sends Miller in and then catches him in the corner with the running elbow and follows up first with a choke. And now just throttling him in the corner, and again the referee puts in the count, and again Yuji Nagata gets in the face of the referee. Look at this agility by Ernest Miller up to the top. Spinning roundhouse kick. He calls that the feliner. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Ernest Miller, what a win.
I don't know if they'll ever wake Mr. Nagata up
Sonny Ono's in the ring now. Like I said, this is a man pretty skilled himself. Although Ernest the Cat Miller brushed out the one attack by Sonny Ono.
Sonny put them feet together and start running.
Yeah, that'd be his best move now. Get back in the locker room.
Sonny Ono bails out to try and regroup with Yuji Nagata, but an impressive victory on Thunder for the Cat, Ernest Miller.
In fact, I think the Cat's biggest win thus far at WCW Iron Mike to take care of Yuji Nagata.
Now let's go to the Snickers replay. Hungry? Why wait?
Check Nagata here. He don't know where he's at. Miller gets him good, kicks him right in the chops. Watch this move. Almost takes his head off. He's not going anywhere after that kick. Off the top rope, Miller, look at the agility. Turns around, kicks him again for the third time in the head. That plants him. There's your winner, Ernest Miller, here on Thunder.
What are you laughing about?
I'm not, I'm snickering.
Impressive win, as we said, for the Cat, Ernest Miller. Now let's go to the ring and Tony Schiavone.
Mike, thank you very much. And there's been a little verbal confrontation between James J. Dillon and Diamond Dallas Page in the back. James, I want to bring you out and kind of clarify what's going on here.
We've had a discussion. As you heard at the beginning of tonight's program, you replayed Page's comments on Monday concerning the match schedule for tonight. And I've had conflicting reports about what happened later Monday evening, and it appears there was some kind of a mugging. What I do know is that Diamond Dallas Page...
Well, apparently we're having some audio difficulties.
Oh, wait a minute, but here comes Diamond Dallas Page.
You never know what's going on here. You never know. We're live.
Diamond Dallas Page has arrived now.
I got something to say to you, Dylan. You said it at the top. I made the match for Nitro, for Thunder tonight. And when I say I'm gonna do something, I do it.
Wait, hold on. It's not quite that simple. There's liability issues, which is what I tried to explain to you. I've got a job to do, and with an injury like this, I can't send you out there in the absence of a medical certificate to allow you to go through the match and risk possible permanent injury.
What do you think, I'm gonna sue you?
Hey, listen, this is the 90s, and it's a fact of life that people sue people. That's just how it is.
Hey, DDP don't do lawsuits. That's other people who do that. Get the piece of paper together. I'll sign it. I'm wrestling. I'll take WCW off the hook.
Wow. Pretty noble words for a man on a crutch.
Well, there's the word. Diamond Dallas Page says that he's going to sign the release. He insists on being in the main event tag team matchup tonight on Thunder. DDP says he will join Lex Luger against the Macho Man Randy Savage and Kevin Nash. And we are back with more right after this on the Superstation.
I gotta see this.
And welcome back, everyone, to Thunder live on the Superstation TBS. We want to remind you that on sale tomorrow, Friday, January the 16th, tickets for Super Brawl in San Francisco at the Cow Palace box office and all Bass ticket outlets. The event to take place on February the 22nd. Plus, you can meet Bret the Hitman Hart at the Giants Dugout Store in the Serramonte Center, Highway 580 and Serramonte Boulevard. That's tomorrow in San Francisco from 4 to 6 p.m. Also tomorrow, tickets will go on sale for Thunder in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The date, February the 12th, and tickets on sale at the Myriad Arena box office and all Metro Sight and Sound stores. And Louis Spicoli in the ring, and we hear the familiar music of the New World Order.
You mentioned Oklahoma City, and I'm reminded of Will Rogers, who said he never met a man he didn't like. I wonder if he ever met Hulk Hogan.
Obviously not. Or you'd be sure, because that's a man nobody likes. And I don't like this music because it only means one thing. Somebody's going to get hurt, and it could be anybody.
Yet to come this evening on Nitro, in addition to the main event tag team matchup with DDP and Lex Luger against Kevin Nash and the Macho Man Randy Savage. The WCW World Cruiserweight title will be at stake. New champion Juventud Guerrera defending against the two-time former champion Rey Mysterio Jr. Battling a rematch from this past Monday.
I can't wait for that one. But did you check out Scott Hall with both belts? He looks like the grill of a 62 Impala.
Or he looks like he's been to the jewelry district in New York and done some shopping in the gold district.
Well, Scott Hall has one of the original WCW World Tag Team title belts, in addition to that bogus belt that the Outsiders got from some jewelry store here a couple of months ago.
It just totally discounts the fact that they are the legitimate tag team champions of the world. And the one thing that I'm wondering now is, where's his partner? Where's Big Kev?
Well, it's been their MO from the outset, strengthen numbers of the New World Order, and normally when you see Scott Hall, you see Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash did not accompany Scott Hall to the ring, and there's certainly been some problems, at least on the surface from what it appears, arriving in different limousines in the past couple of weeks between the Outsiders, and obviously it's time for a survey.
Survey says...
This guy thinks he's the Gallup poll.
Hey, yo.
Yo.
Right ahead.
You probably heard by now that in the NWO, we got a little survey going on. And it's real simple. We want to know if you're with us or if you're against us. So are all you people here in Lakeland to see WCW?
Why don't we cheer? Yeah!
Or are all you people here in Lakeland to see the
NWO rhymes with no.
I gotta admit, that's pretty close, but I'm gonna have to say one more for the good guy.
Obviously the man needs a miracle here.
You know what put him over the top
you
was
like
you
an
screaming,
intelligent
Brain.
young man. What's your name?
My name is Louis Spicoli.
Louis, how old are you, Louis?
I'm 26. I'll be 27 next month.
26, that makes you like half as old as Zbyszko. Hey, Louis, who are you here to see?
Me? Oh, I'm here to see the NWO, man. I mean, you and Kevin Nash and Six, you guys are great. Let me go on record. Scott Hall, you
Oh, here comes
All
Larry.
right, Larry.
And he's been stalking Scott Hall. He's been stalking him. He's been hounding that man.
Oh, he's been like his shadow.
And as a result of Larry Zbyszko's win over Eric Bischoff at Starrcade, he gets the match with Hall and sold out.
You're going to be thrown in the garbage by this guy. This is your chance to beat this jerk and have some fortune and glory. He's afraid of you, kid. That's why he's trying to butter up to you. What's the matter with him? You don't want to be.
Zbyszko's giving him some good advice. He's saying he's afraid of you. That's why he's buttering you up.
And they'll throw you in the garbage like yesterday's newspaper. Look at him.
Hey, Zbyszko. Hey, Zbyszko. You want me so bad? Don't sing it. Bring it.
Well, looks like the challenge is made.
Here we go.
Think about the living legend. You don't need to ask him more than once.
Doesn't look like we have to wait.
Now you give him a challenge. He'll take it.
Larry Zbyszko in his street clothes.
It's all right.
Against
Hey!
Spicoli attacking Zbyszko from behind.
He's setting him up.
Oh, there goes Scott Hall up and over the top.
Spicoli, you better start moving.
This 26-year-old man is just going to come eye to eye now with wrestling history.
And the living legend puts Spicoli out to join Scott Hall.
That could have been a lot worse. That could have been a lot worse for Larry Zbyszko.
Listen to the crowd in Lakeland chanting for the living legend Larry Zbyszko. Scott Hall is next. That's Saturday, January 24th at Sold Out. And we're coming back with more. We're live on TBS. The Lionheart, Chris Jericho, has certainly had his problems of late. He's snapped. He's come unglued. This past Monday on Nitro, we saw Jericho involved in a matchup with Steve Mongo McMichael. Now let's take a look at Jericho and Mongo from Nitro. We see the Tombstone pile driver on the way from Big Steve Mongo McMichael. Plants Jericho, gets the win, and later we heard this response from Jericho.
My behavior over the last couple of weeks has been ridiculous, and I'd like to apologize to everybody here, especially you. And I'm telling you this, it will never, and trust me when I say this, ever happen again.
The matchup was scheduled.
You're my favorite cruiserweight, and I wish you luck, and I hope you get the belt back. Okay, thank you.
Prior to the matchup, Rey Mysterio Jr. challenging Juventud Guerrera for the World's Cruiserweight title. Chris Jericho attacked Rey Mysterio, lifting him high into the air. First it looked like a gorilla press slam, then dropping him over the leg for the backbreaker.
And he wasn't finished with him then, Mike.
The double underhook again to the backbreaker.
This Jericho is just throwing one big major tantrum.
And then the Lion Tamer, the Boston Crab. Rey Mysterio Jr. unable to face Juventud Guerrera at that point for the World's Cruiserweight Championship. And as a result, later tonight, the WCW Executive Committee has ruled that Rey Mysterio Jr. certainly deserves another shot at Juventud Guerrera under better conditions.
Let's see what frame of mind the Lionheart Chris Jericho is in right now.
Well, this matchup is a #1 contenders bout for the World's Cruiserweight Championship, because the winner of Lionheart Chris Jericho versus Eddie Guerrero tonight on Thunder will go into Sold Out in the challenging role, and the winner of this matchup will face the winner of the Rey Mysterio Jr. Juventud Guerrera bout later tonight on Thunder.
Oh, wait a minute.
You know what?
Yeah, they don't like you.
This past week, everybody's been saying, Chris, what happened with you and Rey Mysterio Jr.? I was in the ring, addressing my legions of fans, and he came down for his match. I gladly stepped out of the way, but then he starts talking under his breath, so only I can hear it. Starts making derogatory remarks about myself and about my family. So being the role model that I am, being the paragon of virtue, I had to put him in his place. But that's all water under the bridge. Thank you. That was then, this is now. Mysterio, tonight you got a chance to win your belt back. I honestly hope you do it. And as far as what happened, it will never, and trust me when I say this, ever happen again. Thank you.
You're in good hands with Jericho.
You believe that, Mr. Sincerity?
Sure.
After what we've seen over the course of the past few weeks involving Chris Jericho?
I don't believe anything anymore. Of course.
This man was a pillar of good sportsmanship. Win, lose, or draw, Chris Jericho always came out, gave his fans 110%. He was in there for the long haul. If he lost, it was no big deal. He always knew he'd live to fight another day.
But you know something, Lee? I never wanted to manage a guy that was a good loser. Because a guy that's a good loser goes into a match sometimes thinking, well, if I lose, I lose. If I win, wow. I don't want that kind of attitude. I want a man to win. And if he loses, I want him to be so down on himself. I want him to tear up that dressing room, be miserable at home, be miserable until the next time he gets in the ring. That's how you produce a winner.
Well, you know, there is some truth to what you say, Brain, because the sad part about it is the only way to prove that you're a good sport is you've got to lose to prove it, I guess. Well, Jericho certainly did lose and prove that whatever sportsmanship he did have, that's totally out the window.
Well, the cruiserweight division, Lee, it remains the most competitive division within the ranks of World Championship Wrestling. Almost seems as if on any given night, any of the challengers can knock off the champions, as we see a pair of ex-cruiserweight champions in Chris Jericho and Eddie Guerrero, while later tonight we will see Rey Mysterio Jr. challenge the reigning champ, Juventud Guerrera, and Eddie Guerrero unloads with the lariat right at the opening bell. Quick snap Mayor takeover.
And don't forget, we still got the main event, the tag match. Nash, Savage against Lex Luger, and like Diamond Dallas Page says, he'll be there.
And Diamond Dallas Page has agreed apparently to sign that doctor's release, Lee.
Oh, we knew he would. We knew he would. He's worked too hard and come too far to let an injury keep him from a match like this. And besides, getting in there with the Macho Man Randy Savage and getting in there with Kevin Nash is something that DDP lives for at this point. That's why he draws his next breath, is to get in the ring with these guys.
I want to see what kind of frame of mind Savage is in towards Nash.
Well, we know that problems exist. We saw that exclusive footage that aired earlier tonight after Nitro went off the air when Randy Savage slapped Kevin Nash in the face.
And then you wonder who from the NWO, if anybody's going to be out there. You never know. You never know. You saw Hogan out there the last couple weeks. You've never seen him out there before. Sometimes Bischoff's out there. So you just don't know. They're running wild. I don't think they have a focus. I don't think they really know what they're doing.
Well, the question will be answered later tonight. Can the NWO members coexist? And we speak of the Macho Man Randy Savage and Kevin Nash. They'll have to coexist against a team like Lex Luger and Diamond Dallas Page, even an injured DDP.
The other thing, and I'm a little bit confused by what you said, Bobby. I'm confused by a lot of the things you said, but particularly you waiting for the Macho Man Randy Savage to do the right thing. You can never expect Randy Savage to ever do the right thing.
Savage does the right thing for Savage, and that's all he cares about.
Well,
so if you're aware of that, you have to be. You have to be.
The right thing is getting in there and teaming up tonight with Kevin Nash. And we'll see if he's able to do that.
The right thing for you. Now we're talking about a madman here.
Exactly.
So what's the right thing for a madman? Shock treatments in a rubber room.
Guerrero has controlled the matchup against Chris Jericho. Abdominal stretch, and also using the ropes for a little extra leverage.
Chris Jericho worried about what Rey Mysterio Jr. supposedly said under his breath, in words that only apparently Chris Jericho and dogs could hear. Eddie Guerrero, he's got no problem telling Chris Jericho to his face what he thinks of him and showing him in action as well tonight on Thunder.
And Jericho reverses him off into the ropes, lifts him high into the air, and Guerrero crashes down to the canvas.
Both evenly matched. Great wrestlers, great competitors. So Jericho has that.
Oh, went for the powerbomb. Quick roll up and a reversal by Guerrero for a 2 count before Jericho is able to stop him, and then he's on the receiving end of a running lariat by Guerrero.
Equally matched, you're right, Brian. This could be one of those matches that depends on who makes the mistake and who is able to capitalize on it first.
Go ahead.
Both of them showing tremendous offense, waiting to see which one of them makes the one big slip up.
I hope Jericho doesn't start thinking back about some of the losses he's had and reflects on that. He's got a man in there right now that he's going to concern himself with, Eddie Guerrero.
Guerrero with the chin lock. Now spreading the arms of Chris Jericho, putting all the pressure on the back of the Lionheart.
Jericho, he can beat you.
Oh, wow.
Many different ways.
Whoa.
But he's just frustrated now.
Took a page out of his father's book, Gory Guerrero, their strange version of the Gory Special. Now Eddie Guerrero lifts Jericho up on the top rope. Headed to the top. High risk move upcoming from Eddie Guerrero. Blocked, countered by Jericho. Pushes him off, comes off the double axe handle, blocked. Standing switch by Jericho off the waist lock. Guerrero fires Jericho into the corner. And he lifts him, Jericho does, up and over.
Oh, heads up move by Guerrero. Watch this.
Blocks the Hurricane Rana right into the Lion Tamer. He has it set. The Boston Crab, the Lion Tamer set. Signal is in, and he tapped out.
Ring that bell.
That is perhaps the most heads-up move I've seen in a ring in quite some time by the Lionheart, Chris Jericho. Unbelievable move by Jericho.
What an impressive win, too. You know, the frustrations this man's gone through and the way his mind is changing right here at WCW in the last couple of weeks. I didn't think he'd be focused enough to win a match over a man like Eddie Guerrero. But he did. He outmaneuvered him. He out-wrestled him. And there's your winner. Take a look at this. Jericho picks up Guerrero, but Guerrero turns it around. He goes underneath, but he's no place to go. No place to go at all. And there's your winner. There's your winner, Chris Jericho. Let's get another shot at it from another angle here. He's got him up there in the air, but look at Guerrero. He knows what he's doing. He turns around, hooks the leg. He's going to go under to leg sweep him, but he couldn't do it. Jericho, just too much for him. A big, impressive win for your winner here on Thunder, Chris Jericho.
And as a result, Jericho goes into sold out in the challenging role. He will face the winner of tonight's World Cruiserweight title matchup between Mysterio and Juventud Guerrera. Next up on Thunder, Bill Goldberg. More when we return on the Superstation. This past Monday on Nitro, we saw the debut of Jim Neidhart. And we also saw a confrontation between Jim the Anvil Neidhart and the 13-time World Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, this past Monday.
You know, Ric Flair's a tremendous wrestler. What, 13 times?
13-time champion.
A good technician. Gosh, he's just about everything. But there's one thing that he's not. He's not the best. Bret Hart is the best.
If you're going to stand out here because you're married to Bret's sister and try and tell the wrestling world, but most of all, try and tell me that Bret Hart is a better wrestler, you got to say it to my face. Because you know what?
Whoa, gentlemen.
Bret Hart is the best wrestler.
You want to jump in WCW, brother? I'm Davey Crockett, king of the wild frontier. This is a whole new land, Daddy. You want some, brother? You got your gear with you?
Hey, baby, I was born with my gear on. I've got my gear on. I don't need to go back and put it on. I've got it on, baby. If you got something to say, let's settle it in the ring right now.
Start walking, give me a little chance here to get my stuff.
Wait a minute, you've got to be realistic. You can't do that, Rick. You don't have
You got it, brother. I'll be right back.
And when Ric Flair said he would be right back, he certainly was. Ric Flair came to the ring to face Jim Neidhart. The showdown between the two. Flair in his street clothes.
Oh, Flair's like you dressed. He don't care about that.
Neidhart says he comes ready to wrestle all the time. Flair took the jacket off, but then went into his pocket.
Got
pulled out
something.
what appeared to be brass knucks and nailed Jim Neidhart. That led to this. The figure four around the steel post. The trademark move of Bret the Hitman Hart, applied by the Nature Boy Ric Flair onto his brother-in-law. And you can tell that there were problems between the two.
And that was just right hands and chops being chucked at each other. What I really think, guys, is we are getting to see what these two men need to do. It's got to be Bret Hart. It's got to be the Nature Boy Ric Flair together. But this time, the whole world gets to be witness to it.
Well, Lee, we are just 9 days away from finding out exactly who the best there is. And it's the world champions of the past. It's the 13-time world champion in the Nature Boy Ric Flair against the 5-time WWF World Heavyweight Champion in Bret the Hitman Hart.
Well, you know, Ric Flair has a lot of pride. He said Bret Hart's right here, 5 times world champion. He said, then again, I've won it 13 times, and I'm right here. Let's see what you're all about. And J.J. Dillon, get down at the table. Do something, because the greatest sport in the world right now, WCW and Championship Wrestling, does not have a world champion. Get Sting, get Hogan, get together, and do something now.
And how will J.J. Dillon and the WCW Executive Committee solve that situation?
Put him in that ring.
We'll find out. The intrigue continues. Let's go to the ring. Bill Goldberg is next.
You talk about the title, there's so many different ways to settle it.
Well, there's really only one way, and that's in that ring. You can negotiate all you want. You can talk to JJ. He can find people. He can suspend people. The only way to settle it, let him go at it. That's what I feel.
Well, Chavo Guerrero Jr., the third-generation competitor, to face Bill Goldberg.
Where do they want the body sent?
You know, this situation between the Nature Boy Ric Flair and Bret the Hitman Hart is one that has been boiling over for the past several years. Their paths haven't crossed in the past few years. They're now both in World Championship Wrestling, and we are going to get that question answered at Sold Out Saturday, January the 24th.
Hold the phone.
What?
We were going to see the undefeated Bill Goldberg coming against Chavo Guerrero, and all of a sudden, this guy hits the ring. Wait a minute.
What is going on? Disco Inferno?
Don't wash your white shirts with all those colors.
Well, what could be on his mind? Looks like Disco Inferno is going to come out here.
Well, that's not his traditional wrestling gear.
I don't think I'd want to interrupt Bill Goldberg
doing anything. Well, let's see what he wants to talk about.
Well, I can tell you what he wants to talk about. He wants to talk about himself.
He's a proud man.
Well, here's the former World's TV champion. Moves Dave Penzer out of the way.
He's an egomaniac. When he was World's Television Champion, he said he wanted to be thought of on the same plane as Arn Anderson. In fact, he asked us to refer to him as the Re-Enforcer.
Well, he may be on the same plane with Arn Anderson.
On the
but
plane
if
back
Goldberg
home.
shows up, he'll be retired just like Arn Anderson.
Cut the music, cut the music, cut the music, cut, stop. Thank it. Look, Chavo, nobody came to see you wrestle. These fans came here tonight to see the Disco Inferno dance.
First of all, you can't dance. Second of all, Disco Inferno, this isn't even your match. Third of all, what the heck kind of name is Disco Inferno? You're nothing but a joke. I know it. All these fans here know it. All the wrestlers in the back know it. And deep down inside, you know it. So why don't you take your polyester pants, this cute little disco shirt, and go back to the Copacabana.
I'm not going anywhere.
You're going one way or another, pal.
Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe I am out of line. This is not my match. All right, I'll leave. Referee, stay between us so I can leave safely, okay?
Hey.
Oh, Disco with the
Buster.
chart buster.
He got him good. Here comes Goldberg.
Well, now that I got that little problem solved, does everybody want to see me dance?
Yeah, let's see you dance now, pal.
It's going to be hard with two broken legs. This man don't dance.
Come on, start dancing, Disco.
The face-to-face showdown
Remember the
between
old
Disco
Western?
Inferno, the former World TV champion.
Remember the old Westerns, the guy to get the gun and say dance? He shoot the dirt. He better start those legs a-moving.
Oh! Goldberg speared him.
Well, you could call that the two-step because that's all the further Disco got.
Looks like it's time for the jackhammer. Here's step one. Suplex.
Oh!
Power slam.
Bill Goldberg just canceled Disco's dance card.
Forever. Look at that man. Look at that monster.
Well, that's the last time that Disco Inferno is ever going to interrupt a Bill Goldberg matchup. Wow.
What was he thinking?
Bill Goldberg, unbeaten, undefeated in World Championship Wrestling. Wow. What a specimen.
What was he thinking?
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to apologize for the video problems that we are experiencing from Lakeland, Florida. We understand that there are appropriately enough thunderstorms, rainstorms in the area here in Lakeland, Florida. Now, last Thursday night on Thunder, J.J. Dillon, the head of the WCW Executive Committee, called both Sting and Hollywood Hogan to the ring. Now, let's take a special video look at last week's Thunder. Sting, Hogan, and J.J. Dillon.
Well, Mike, we promised everyone that tuned in to watch Thunder on TBS that they would have a chance to see the footage, which you have, and I'm sure each of you has formulated your own personal opinion, but the burden of making a binding decision has fallen upon the executive committee, and that decision has been made. We attempted to be fair to both parties. We looked at that footage forwards, backwards. We looked at still frames. And in the conclusion that we've come to is that effective immediately, the title is being held up.
What?
Wow.
The championship is vacant until we can come to some decision as to what to do from here.
What a 3 count. Look at the face of Sting.
And Sting, I need for you to give me the championship belt.
This is a horrible moment. Look at the face of James J. Dillon and the face of Sting, and actually the NWO is not even happy either.
This is really a victory for the NWO.
It is. You've got to think that James J. Dillon would rather throw himself in front of a bus than do this. Did you see what Sting did?
You got no guts.
He's talking.
You're a dead man.
Well, the question remains, how do we settle the issue? The WCW Executive Committee, they've held the World's Championship belt up. Neither Sting nor Hogan hold that title. How will we settle this once and for all?
Well, there are a number of different ways. I know fans out there watching Thunder on the Superstation are probably thinking of the way they'd like to see it settled, but the fact of the matter is that decision rests with James J. Dillon and the WCW Executive Committee, and you talk about obvious by its absence is that World Championship belt around the midsection of one Mr. Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
You know how important that title is? Hogan needs that World Championship belt to survive. Without that belt, it's like Superman with kryptonite. He needs that title to survive. And WCW needs Sting to be the heavyweight champion of the world for WCW to survive, I think. So put him in there, let him go.
And maybe from what we've seen, for the NWO to survive, they need possession of that World's Heavyweight Championship belt, because ever since Hogan lost that title, the unraveling has begun.
It was the consummate trophy on the mantelpiece of NWO. It belonged to Hollywood Hulk Hogan, but every one of the NWO embraced it as if they had a piece of it. I mean, it really was something that exemplified the NWO. They loved it, they embraced it, and they reveled in having that belt.
Well, Eric Bischoff is trying to hold the New World Order together, but remember, Bischoff promised that he would get the World's Heavyweight title belt back to Hogan.
Didn't happen. Didn't happen.
Yeah, and find a cure for the common cold. Real easy.
It was 1 week ago today on Thunder, the very first show, where we saw James J. Dillon come out. For a moment, we thought that Dillon was going to give that title back to Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Nobody was more surprised, I think, than Bischoff.
Ditto.
You know, Hollywood, I can think of 1.5 million reasons I will always, along with the rest of the NWO, be in your debt. I want to thank you on behalf of everyone for coming through for us when we needed you.
Well, you know something, boss? When it comes to 1.5 million bucks, it ain't no big deal. Now, the thing that is a big deal is the lies, the deception, and the out-and-out untruths of the unraveling of the NWO. When I was in Venice Beach yesterday, and I stuck my Harley Davidson in the ocean, brother, with a palm tree and a hippie in each hand, I looked at the big NWO light in the sky, and I said, why does J.J. Dillon have to lie?
And he said, Hollywood, that's because you are the real champion. And with that under my belt, and with my guns loaded, we went to federal court. And when the judge said, yes, Mr. Bischoff, and yes, Mr. Hollywood, you guys are right. You beat the clown with a pain on his face, the so-called Stinger, for a 1, 2, 3. And that's the way it always will be. Now, J.J. Dillon, you got two choices. You either give me my belt right now, or you run for your life and hand it to me next Monday at Nitro, because I'm getting it back one way or the other. It's our belt, boss.
It is our belt, and for the first time in my life, I agree with Sting. I really do. J.J. Dillon, you got no guts. If you've got any at all that we don't know about it, show up Monday. Give the belt back to the rightful owner, because these people all want to see it.
Each and every one of you out there know wherever Hollywood goes, that's where the focus of the world of professional wrestling is. I am the man that made wrestling. I am the man that made you guys come here tonight. And from here to an eternity, that's the way it was, is, and will be, because when you're with the NWO and when you're one of Hollywood's disciples, you're here for life. And now that we've got the air cleared, and now that all you people can worship the ground I walk on, I just want to let you know, this is the man, this is our boss, the NWO's intact, and when I get my belt back, that coward Sting, you'll never see him again, I guarantee you that, because when you're with the NWO, everybody with us, all the NWOites, are just too sweet.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you here tonight.
Well, he said a lot of things. However, what he didn't address was the Macho Man Randy Savage. He did not specifically name Kevin Nash. He really didn't say anything other than to badmouth J.J. Dillon. So basically, we heard nothing new.
Mike, he's always been like that. He's always talking, and all he cares about is himself.
Well, the NWO demands the return of the world's title. We again apologize for the video problems that we are experiencing. When we return, it's Mysterio and Guerrero for the Cruiserweight title.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Need a little excitement? Step into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah!
And we are rumbling back on Thunder. World's Cruiserweight title matchup. The 23-year-old human highlight reel of professional wrestling. Former two-time WCW World's Cruiserweight champ, Rey Mysterio Jr., now in the challenging role against the new champion, Juventud Guerrera, and there's Rey Jr.
One thing that's very obvious from 1 week ago today, Mike and Brain, is that Rey Mysterio Jr. is walking to the ring. No interference from Chris Jericho. The Juventud Guerrera, the Rey Mysterio Jr. that is going to face Juventud Guerrera tonight at Thunder is not the one that he saw a week ago.
You know, and people are talking about this guy, Rey Mysterio, like Diamond Dallas Page. They said since he's come here to WCW, the lumps this guy's taken, the beatings he's taken, and he still, every week, shows up, gets in that ring, and will fight you tooth and nail. That's what they're talking about, Rey Mysterio Jr.
And again, to recap the situation involving Diamond Dallas Page, J.J. Dillon has apparently asked Page to sign a doctor's release in order for him to compete tonight in the main event tag team matchup. Diamond Dallas Page to join forces with the Total Package Lex Luger to face a team in turmoil, the NWO's duo of Kevin Nash and the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Well, the team of Luger and
DDP.
I know, I'm just looking at my notes here. DDP, they're in turmoil too. If you think about it, the man's busted up. That's not 100% that team, and to go in there with Savage and Nash, I'd want to be 100%. I'd want my partner to be tip-top.
Well, you got certainly adrenaline running through Diamond Dallas Page and Lex Luger as well. Whoa, wait a minute, a little payback from a week ago. If you remember, Mike and Brain, Juventud took advantage of Rey Mysterio, and now Rey, as soon as the bell sounds, he's all over Juvi.
Duck into the clothesline, waist lock, German suplex attempt by Mysterio. Guerrero lands on his feet. And Juventud tries again for the German suplex, blocked by Mysterio, who hooks the top rope, and a beautiful flying head scissors takeover.
We've mentioned before, when you see the luchadors, Rey Mysterio Jr., Juventud Guerrero, this is as close to a human pinball machine as you're ever going to see. Don't you dare blink, don't leave the room. Turn on the VCR, because you're going to see a clinic.
Well, Mysterio slingshot into a somersault splash, and it looks like he's coming up favoring the knee. You see he has the knee brace.
Is that the same knee that was hurt last week in the assault by Jericho?
Well, it shows you how competitive or stupid the man is with a banged up leg. He's jumping over the top rope, jumping on the top rope, over his opponent, up and down with a bad leg. Most guys had quit by now. Whoa!
Whoa, Mysterio, a springboard into a sunset flip, and Juventud Guerrero then catapults Rey Jr. over the top rope and out to the floor. I think it shows the importance of this matchup with the World's Cruiserweight title at stake, that Mysterio is willing to go into the match despite age.
That did it.
Well, that would be a version of Air Hoovy if I've ever seen one.
Kamikaze Hoovy.
Looked like a flying headbutt when he went over the top rope.
It's exactly what it was. It's just amazing the amount of punishment these guys are willing to lay out and take to themselves just in order to put one on their opponent. But they're going to have to take this one back into the middle of the ring. At least that's where Rey Mysterio needs to get this match.
Juventud Guerrero, the 21-year-old youth warrior. Knife edge chop on the floor, and he knows that he has to win the match in the ring, as you mentioned, Lee, putting Mysterio back in.
Wow!
Slingshot into a leg drop cover, gets one, gets two, and Mysterio kicks out at two.
Little frustration showing on the part of Juventud.
Well, that's the fight in this guy Mysterio.
Now remember, the winner of this matchup will go into Sold Out to face Lionheart Chris Jericho, who earlier tonight on Thunder defeated Eddie Guerrero.
Certainly one of the motivational factors that I think weighs on the mind of Rey Mysterio Jr. He'd love nothing more than to get another shot at the Lionheart, considering what we saw just a week ago. Look at this move.
Where do you go from here?
It don't look good wherever it is.
Did you see the impact on the back of the head of Rey Mysterio Jr. as Juventud Guerrero drops down? Now Mysterio awfully close to the ropes, 2 count in. Just made it under the bottom strand of ropes to get the safety of the rope break.
What a maneuver. That hurt my shins just watching that.
Tremendous move by Juventud. Well, the other thing, he knows that he's got an injured man in there. Rey Mysterio Jr. not 100%. He's got a damaged leg. I'm a little surprised that Juventud hasn't focused on that more, Mike.
And he's got a bad neck also.
Well, he does now, that's for sure.
High vertical suplex. Drops it down into a brainbuster.
Well, he is methodically taking Rey Mysterio apart, literally body part by body part tonight on Thunder.
Gets two, gets only two, and again Mysterio able to kick out.
Mysterio has to beat him. And things don't look good now for Junior.
Well, we've talked about the resiliency of Rey Mysterio Jr., the never say die attitude that he brings to the ring. And he's certainly going to need that tonight against Juventud Guerrero.
Well, face it, he's the most popular masked Mexican since Zorro.
Off the spin kick. Juventud the cover, gets two, and again only two. Mysterio rose the shoulder.
Juventud's got to keep his head in the game. He can't allow himself to get frustrated by the near falls.
Mysterio wisely trying to regroup and clear the cobwebs out on the ring apron. Juventud with the knife edge chop and then a boot to the midsection. Again, the back of the head of Mysterio hitting the apron.
Whoa!
But Rey Jr. lifted him up. I think Juventud's head made contact with the top turnbuckle on the way down.
Or the ring post, one of them.
And now Juventud Guerrero holding on to the knee. Well, that may even up the situation as far as the knee injuries go.
Well, couple of blown out tires by both of them.
You just can't come off those top ropes like they do, as many times as they do to the floor, as often as they do without sustaining some kind of an injury.
Once again, it's Juventud all over Mysterio. Oh, man. He's worked on his leg, his abdominals, his shoulders, his neck, his arms. Literally, Juventud Guerrero, a full-fledged assault on the total body of Mysterio. Oh, man.
Well, but the primary focus has certainly been to work over the upper body, the head and the neck of Rey Mysterio Jr., and the leg drop connects from Juventud.
I don't know that I've seen Rey Mysterio Jr. horizontal for this length of time in his career.
I think you're right about that. He took him out early with that neck. He hasn't survived that yet. He hasn't come back from that. His neck is hurting. Well, he don't want Juventud to know how bad it's hurting, but we all can tell how bad it's hurting. So can you imagine the pain he must be in?
We saw the videotape from a week ago as well, Brain. I think the beating that he took from Chris Jericho may still be lingering.
Oh, of course, no doubt about that.
Juventud from the ring apron. Slingshots, springboard drop kick.
He's got him here.
Pixelate gets one, gets two, and again only two. Incredible series of near falls by Juventud Guerrera. How does Mysterio Jr. survive?
I don't know, but what you're also seeing now is you're starting to see a little frustration on the part of Juventud Guerrera.
Look at these kicks to the neck. That's not going to do him any good. Speaking of injured people, there's an injured man right there, but what about DDP? Kevin Nash coming back from knee surgery.
Diamond Dallas Page. He would walk on his hands to get in the ring tonight.
Over broken glass and hot coals.
Absolutely. Whatever James J. Dillon wants him to sign, I'm sure Diamond Dallas Page will sign it. I'm not worried about that.
Well, Mysterio able to reverse Juventud off. Well, chance to turn the tide now, switch the momentum for Rey Mysterio Jr.
And that's all he needs is just a little momentum and the people behind him, and he's going to come to life.
Oh, smart move, however, by Juventud, grabbing Mysterio by the trunks and throwing him, of course, head first into the second turnbuckle.
Now Juventud thinks he's got Rey compromised. If he goes upstairs, he might get him, guys.
Well, Juventud Guerrera has been on quite a winning streak as of late with that top rope 450 splash. Let's see if he's able to employ that against Mysterio. Sets him up in the corner, the knife edge chop.
You know, Mysterio has almost had no offense in this match. I've never seen him dominated like this.
He's had a couple of counter moves, but you're right, Brian. I don't think we've seen him actually instigate a good offensive move thus far in this match.
Mysterio able to get out of the way. Juventud connects with
Here we go.
Here we go.
But Juventud fights back. What an exchange.
Now what you're seeing here is two of the premier athletes of the world just going toe-to-toe with each other. Oh, man.
What a variation of the DDT that was. Reverse, gets two. He just got the shoulder up, did Juventud Guerrera at 2 7/8.
Obviously, this referee hasn't been to the Nick Patrick School of Counting. Man can count to 10 seconds in 2.
Juventud attempted a roll-up. Schoolboy press by Mysterio for 2. Reversed by Juventud. Now a reversal by Mysterio in the roll-up. Nice bridge by Juventud out.
What a move by Juvi.
Drops the elbows across the back.
Kidney area.
What an exceptional escape by Juventud Guerrera.
Where is he going to dump him now?
Attempted a power bomb. Mysterio fights it. Drops down on top. What an intense matchup this has been for the world's cruiserweight title.
3 quick shots to the temple and down goes the champion. But you wonder at what point is Rey Mysterio Jr. going to find his needle on empty?
I don't know if his needle goes to empty.
Well, not yet. He's on his feet now, Brain.
Mysterio grabs Juventud by the hair. Now up on the top. Forearm smash and attempted a rolling DDT blocked by Juventud. Puts him out to the apron.
Don't forget, I don't think Mysterio can take too much more punishment.
Forearm smashes again to the head area of Mysterio.
Juventud's got him hooked up here.
And he's wrestling a smart match.
Reversal front suplex by Mysterio from the top.
What's he gonna do now?
Motions to the crowd, but it's time for the Hurricane Rana.
Oh,
That's blocked into a powerbomb by Juventud.
Talk about no one home, they've moved.
Obviously, Juventud Guerrera, very much a student of the man he was going to fight tonight. You look at the tapes, this man had a game plan. He knew Guerrero, or he knew Mysterio, if he got a chance, was going to go for that. And Juventud countered it.
Watch this.
450 splash off the top. He landed on his feet. Quickly, Hurricane Rana, 2, 3. He got him.
He got him.
We Mysterio Jr. now goes on to Sold Out, live on pay-per-view, January the 24th, when he will defend that title against Chris Jericho.
I'd have bet the house on it that he didn't have a chance. Juventud had him since the start of this match. It looked to me like Mysterio was just fighting back, just trying to stay in there long enough to wait for an opportune moment. Well, that's what happened. He held out long enough. Conditioning, skill, and luck did it for this man. Once again, the WCW Cruiserweight Champion, Rey Mysterio Jr.
This is exactly what happens when you get two superior athletes like that in the ring. Iron Mike, what a match.
Now watch this. Mysterio's on the floor. Juventud doesn't even touch that top rope. Kamikaze suicide dive right over that top rope into a flying headbutt. Mysterio reverses it here. Kicks Juvi in the, well, south of the border. Landing on that top rope. Look at this. 450, nobody home. The semi's there, pick the furniture up. There's a new address. And there's also a new WCW Cruiserweight Champion, Rey Mysterio Jr.
Don't go anywhere. The main event matchup is next. Kevin Nash and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Can they coexist? They will meet Diamond Dallas Page and Lex Luger.
Torture rack, Diamond Cutter.
What a win for Rey Mysterio Jr. this past Monday on Nitro. We saw an attack from the Macho Man Randy Savage on Lex Luger. That leads to our main event tag team matchup. Now, let's go to the footage from this past Monday Nitro when Elizabeth came to ringside as a diversion.
Yeah, keep your eye on the lady.
And here it is. We saw Liz come to ringside, tears in her eyes. She called for Lex Luger.
I'll tell you, if anybody should win an Academy Award, it's that woman right there. Look at the tears. Watch her.
I guess we should have been ready for this.
She's begging him.
Just listen to her. You gotta help me, she says. Yeah.
The diversionary tactics of the New World Order, the attack from behind by the Macho Man Randy Savage, flinging Luger into the steel guardrail, and then assaulting him.
And Mike, this is just about ready to bust loose. Right here on Thunder.
Like I said, keep your eye on the lady.
Oh! Ho, ho, ho. She could knock out Holyfield.
The slap to the face. And then Diamond Dallas Page came out to make the save.
Right, Diamond Dallas was healthy there. Let's see what he looks like now.
Right after. Whoa.
Wow.
Woo.
A duck just dropped.
Remember, after Nitro went off the air, we understand that there was a parking lot attack where Diamond Dallas Page was mugged. He suffered an injury to his right knee. Over 24 stitches in that right knee, and he needed the doctor's release to compete in this main event tag.
No, he didn't. He'd have done it all on his own. They made him go get a doctor's release.
Well, you really can't blame James J. Dillon. Come on, Brain.
No, not like he said. Everybody's too happy today, so they're concerned about that.
Well, the other thing is you have to wonder about protecting the athlete.
Of course.
We've talked about Diamond Dallas Page, how he'd walk across hot coals, etc., etc. But, I mean, you have to somehow have logic enter into this conversation.
I mean, these are big boys. They can handle themselves, but the last thing WCW wants is a guy wounded that can't get in there and compete with a guy the size of this man, Kevin Nash. And who knows what's going through the mind of Savage. Hogan out. That surprises me.
Well, if there's ever been an example of the problems within the New World Order, I think we see it just in the ring entrance. The Macho Man Randy Savage making his way out first.
Yep.
And then later, it's Kevin Nash and Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And remember that Savage slapped both Hogan and Nash.
Oh, wait. It appears that Hogan wants to have some sort of word with.
Hogan's trying to be the peacekeeper here. Hogan needs all these people. Hogan needs help. Everybody needs help in the NWO to watch Hogan's back.
Hogan apparently trying to smooth things out between the Macho Man and Kevin Nash.
Look at the eyes on Savage. You're not gonna smooth nothing out with this guy.
Well, I wonder what they're talking about. It looks like the lines are divided within the New World Order. Wow,
Hogan's
look at the
become
look
the
on Nash's
peacemaker.
face. Main event is next. Diamond Dallas Page and Lex Luger against Nash and Savage on Thunder.
What a team.
Well, this is the one we've been waiting for.
Oh, yeah.
Main event tag team matchup. And Lex Luger and Diamond Dallas Page are about ready to make their entrance.
You see Hogan getting out of the ring. You can wonder if indeed he made peace between Kevin Nash and the Macho Man Randy Savage with the one.
Wait. Where is Diamond Dallas?
Well, we received word that Diamond Dallas Page
There he is.
signed.
There's Diamond Dallas Page.
You can run over that man with a truck. Just prop him up and point him to the ring, and he'll make it.
We see Page limping on his way to the ring. Obviously, the right knee is not at 100%.
You ain't gonna do any good, man. Let me do this thing. I know you're right about this. Screw that. Do this thing.
Can you imagine that? Lex Luger's telling him, I don't want you hurt. You go on to the back, I'll do this by myself. He's sacrificing himself for his friend.
Luger's going to take on Kevin Nash and the Macho Man Randy Savage single-handedly.
Well, apparently Lex Luger doesn't want DDP to go into this matchup at less than 100%.
Well, you know, there's a world of difference between playing hurt and playing injured.
Oh.
Did you see that?
Page
Hogan,
attack
you
from
see
Hogan.
that?
The crutch. And Hogan knows about that right knee, obviously.
And he's bent that crutch over his leg. Look at that.
Focusing his attack on the right knee, the already injured knee of Diamond Dallas Page.
Diamond Dallas Page obviously attacked Mugged earlier after Nitro. And now Hogan attacks him, and now it's the Macho Man Randy Savage and Kevin Nash all alone with a total package, Lex Luger.
And talk about deja vu. It's been a couple of months ago, but remember that Hogan used a crutch on Diamond Dallas Page.
Now, as the referee, is he going to let this match continue as a tag team match?
He's not going to tag Nash.
Hey.
Savage did not tag Nash and gave him the
Well, Hogan may have given a little pep talk, may have given him a little win one. Oh, wait a minute.
Come on, Maestro, you want this symphony to work? Get your musicians in tune.
Well, Hogan obviously trying to act as a peacemaker between the two.
Almost tore his arm off with that tag.
Now let's see if they can coexist.
Look at the disdain, the obvious disdain that Kevin Nash has for the Macho Man.
Oh, Love lost here. Uh-oh.
Oh, Kevin Nash just threw Randy Savage out to the floor. And look, Hogan holds him back.
There's definitely
Luger's got him.
That's only two.
Team effort.
Oh, there is definitely trouble here in the
NWO.
NWO. And I don't think Hogan with his $1.5 million, $10 million, I don't care what he's got going through his mind. I don't think he's going to be able to control these people.
Hogan said it was a team effort. Get your head straight to Savage.
Well, the one thing that rings loud and clear, all you have to do is look at the belt around the waist of the Macho Man Randy Savage. Madness says it all.
And no tag, says referee Randy Anderson. Hogan instructing Nash to make the tag.
So what are they going to do, just take turns on Lex Luger? Oh! Well, he made the tag all right. He tagged him.
What a wake-up call.
Nash, with the open hand slap, walks up and over the top.
And they're unraveling right in front of our eyes.
Well, Hollywood Hogan's got $1.5 million riding on this, don't forget. It was after all Hogan who put up the money.
Sure, he's trying to protect his investment. Now Savage perched up on the top rope. Luger pulls him back into the ring. Running lariat by Luger, another clothesline.
If you looked at the face of Kevin Nash, you'd think he was actually enjoying watching what's happening to the Macho Man Randy Savage.
And he's strolling around on the floor. He's made no effort to get back in that ring. Now he is. Ooh.
And Luger unloads with the forearm for Kevin Nash. Fires Nash off into the ropes. Caught him with that big forearm. Hogan's in the ring. Hogan, well, Luger ducks the clothesline. Boot to the midsection.
He's gonna wreck him, guys. He's gonna wreck him.
Luger has Hogan in the ring.
He's got him.
Luger's got Hollywood right where he wants him. Can he wreck this big man?
Put him up.
Now he's got Nash. Can you believe this?
After racking Hogan, he racks Nash.
Watch the Macho Man.
Savage on the top rope while Nash is in the rack. Savage, the double axe handle, connects with Luger.
I'm not sure who he wanted to hit.
I'm not.
Who was Savage trying to hit? He almost looks disappointed.
Well, he's holding the total package up now for Hogan.
Talk about coming apart at the seams. Oh, the boot to the midsection. Hogan catches Savage.
All right, now talk your way out of this. The patriarch of the NWO is watching his family come unwrapped like a Christmas present. And
Here comes the
Giant.
Face to face,
It's too
nose
late.
to nose. Hogan and Savage in mid-ring, and the Giant steps over the top rope.
Too late to talk now.
Savage pushes Hogan right into the Giant.
That was no brick wall. That was the Giant.
Look at the look on Hogan's face.
You the man. You the man.
The Giant has Hogan. He's
Hogan.
up.
He's down.
Choke slam on Hogan.
Hogan has been whacked by Luger, has been choke slammed by the Giant.
Now he can't.
Look at this,
He can't
guys.
touch Nash. He can't touch Nash.
Be cool.
He threatens the choke slam.
Remember where you're at, Giant.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Keep your hands to yourself.
The $1.5 million performance bond. Now here comes the NWO. Bagwell, Vincent, Tenzon. The troops hit the ring.
Well, let's see what Nash does here.
Looked like Scott Hall was like the last member of the troops to come in.
Now, Conan, as you mentioned, and Scott Hall, and they're all over the Giant.
What's this? What is this?
Luger's up. Here comes Sting.
Sting out of the back.
That is Sting.
Sting taking apart the NWO while the Giant has Bagwell.
And you know Sting, he wants to get his hands on Hogan.
Guys, while the NWO is coming apart, the WCW coming together with Luger, the Giant, and Sting in the middle of the ring on Thunder. And look at these guys.
Nash and Hogan together with Bischoff. WCW